Hey there, I'm Ashley, and this is New Day with Ashley. If you're looking for inspiration to make a difference and create lasting impact, then you're in the right place. Get ready to be encouraged by the stories of my guests who have taken risks, overcome challenges, and created opportunities. It's time to make the most of your new day. My guest today is a fearless leader and dreamer whose dream to be a mentor for young girls has surpassed her wildest dreams. Missy Heilman is the executive director of BioGirls, which is a preventive mental wellness program with the mission of improving the self-esteem of young girls. Missy and her team have impacted thousands of young girls' lives in the Midwest, increasing their self-esteem, helping them believe they are beautiful inside and out, and developing important life skills they will use as our future generation.
At my full-time job, and it was a stressful environment, and I managed a team of 5 people, and we're a multi-million-dollar organization, and it was just a lot of stress. And I was sitting at work one day, looking at my to-do list for work, looking at my to-do list for BioGirls, and knowing that I was a crabby mom who was just trying to hurry her kids to bed so that I could get back on my computer at night. And, my husband knew better than to talk to me because I'd probably bite his head off. I mean, that was the reality of where I was at. And it was 2017. And I remember having a conversation with myself saying, if we keep BioGirls at 10 locations, which is what we had at the time, we're reaching, almost 400 kids. That's amazing. That's way more than I ever thought it would be. If we do that, then I can still manage both and maybe have a little left over for my family. The very next week, 2 women from 2 different communities reached out and said, we need BioGirls here. Not, it'd be nice to have or it'd be fun to have. We need it here. And I threw my hands up in the air and I said, okay, God, at this point, you've hit me over the head with a sledgehammer and made it very clear this isn't about Missy.
Right.
This isn't about my capacity. This is about the girls that we could reach. And you said something interesting earlier, pandemics were not even in our vocabulary in 2013. I believe that God knew what was coming.
Sure.
And helped me realize that I either needed to jump in with both feet, take the risk, or I needed to get the heck out of the way.
Sure.
And so I knew in my heart exactly what I wanted to do. My husband, though, is a financial planner. And so a
little risk adverse.
When I came home and said I wanted to leave my 6-figure salary job to work on BioGirls full time, and not knowing if I'd ever get paid for the work that I was going to do. I mean, it definitely was not in the cards at that time. So it took about 9 months for us to be at a point where we felt comfortable for me to take that risk.
Okay.
But honestly, it's when I took that risk that so many other doors opened, and BioGirls just took off.
Yeah, that's really neat to see, and that you could see that and acknowledge that God had other plans, and you can see that as a sign of, hey, Missy.
And I think part of it too is I've always been, I operate with an abundance mindset. Things don't necessarily scare me in terms of people always call me fearless, not in a risk my life sort of way. In fact, the older I get, the less I like to do that. My husband, on the other hand, loves it.
Adrenaline. Yeah.
Adrenaline junkie. But I, and it's not like I'm taking stupid risks, but, calculated risks, and, it doesn't scare me. I feel like you surround yourself with the right people, you're going to figure it out. And that's truly the case with BioGirls.
So how many employees do you have now?
So in 2023, we have 9 full-time and 2 part-time employees. Wow. We did not have paid employees until 2018.
Okay. And then you said 1,500 volunteers?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So half of our staff is dedicated to managing our volunteer force.
Sure.
Because there's so much that goes into bringing a program to a community beyond just teaching the lessons to the kids. And so it's about a 9-month onboarding process.
Okay.
Before they actually are in a room with the kids.
Wow. Okay. And there's what did you say, 76?
76 program locations so far.
Okay. So have all those been like requested, or have you guys seen the need? And
For the most part, they are people raising their hands saying, I want to bring it to my community. We do have a strategic goal of reaching 1 in 6 North Dakota girls by 2025. So in terms of numbers, that'd be 3,500 girls in North Dakota going through the program annually. With that strategic goal, our focus really has been on growing program locations in North Dakota. So we have specific communities that we have targeted to try and find the right person to bring the program to the community. And it's all about connection. I mean, so much in life is all about connection and finding the right group of passionate people. And we've had a lot of success in just connecting and being able to find the people.
Right. And I think, with your heart in the right spot too, and people can see that and they want to be a part of that and they want to help that grow. And like girls today, we have a 12 and 14-year-old. They're experiencing things I never had to experience.
Yeah.
We didn't have social media. We didn't have a lot of these different things that they're experiencing. So it's tough to navigate.
It is so hard to navigate. And, so much of what goes into the program, honestly, is from experience as a mom.
Right. Yeah.
And, topics that we write about on our blog are experience from either myself or someone else on staff who has girls. And it is just crazy what girls go through right now. And we reference the North Dakota Youth Risk Survey quite often. It's a survey done of middle school and high school girls in the state of North Dakota every other year.
Okay.
And the data recently came out for the 2021 survey. And girls are struggling at double the rates of boys in the areas of mental health, body esteem, and thoughts of suicide. In fact, at our gala at the end of September, we shared the stat that 1 in 8 North Dakota girls has attempted suicide. And my husband, I live and breathe Bio Girls, right? It's been my job now since 2017. He came home and he's like, where did you get that data? And he had to look it up himself because it's
unbelievable.
Truly unbelievable data.
So shocking that you don't want to believe it.
Right.
That is true. And
right. Well, you can think of 8 girls that you know.
Right. And
one of those 8 has attempted suicide. And so that's the worst of the worst, right?
Right.
And there's all the things that lead up to that we're trying to prevent as well. And it worked. Bio Girls works. Like I said, it's proven to increase self-esteem, and self-esteem is the number one predictor of social and emotional behaviors in kids.
Wow. Yeah.
So if we can keep self-esteem at a healthy level or increase it, we're doing something to change those statistics.
Right. And again, this is the future generation. So to get them healthy in that sense.
Right.
What's been one of the biggest challenges that you've faced?
I can honestly say this is a hard question to answer. I don't know. I don't know what the biggest challenge has been. I love challenge.
Sure. Yeah.
And so to me, it's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. Of course, as we continue to grow as an organization, fundraising is always, always top of mind because we are supported through giving. We do have a revenue stream through registration fees, but the registration fees that we charge do not cover the full cost of girls going through the program. So we're raising that additional.
I'm sure there's scholarships too.
There is scholarships, yeah. And we're proud of the fact that we offer a pay-as-you-can model. So people right on our registration form can select to pay nothing to participate. We don't want some sort of scholarship process to be a hurdle for people, because we used to have that and we'd see about a 50% drop off in those who requested to those who actually registered. So we've removed that. So we just trust that if you can afford to pay something, you do. But no questions asked for those who select $0. And then we have tiers all the way up to the full cost of the 12-week program.
So 12 weeks. Okay.
It's 12 weeks, once a week. It's about 24 hours of programming total. But we have a record number of people obtaining scholarships now that we introduced the pay-as-you-can model.
Yeah, which I think is such a beautiful thing because, thinking back, like you said, about, in your church, knowing that some of these girls couldn't be a part of a program because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And to take down any walls or barriers because they need this help. Yeah.
And not that there's a direct correlation between a full scholarship kid and the lowest self-esteem coming in. But what you were saying kind of spurred what we see in the research is really cool is those who have the lowest self-esteem coming into the program are the ones that experience the biggest jump in self-esteem at the end of the program.
Wow.
And so I
neat.
love that we're showing that this is impacting all girls across the spectrum of self-esteem.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure economic status, none of it matters, where they're at. Yeah.
And that's, we often get a question like, do you target a specific demographic? And the answer is no, because all girls can and do suffer from self-esteem. It doesn't matter what neighborhood you're in, what your parents do for a living, how many opportunities you have. It doesn't matter. In fact, you see the stories of the captain of the Stanford soccer team taking her own life. And a lot of that has to do with those internal struggles that girls have around perfectionism, which are fed by society's message.
Yep.
And so we're trying to debunk all that.
Yeah. I know. I think about like, wow, I was such a perfectionist in school.
Yeah.
To have something like that.
Yeah. And it's teaching girls that it's okay. Like, it's good to have goals and to set goals for yourself, but getting a B,
right? Yeah,
getting a B in the grand scheme of life is not that important.
No,
I always tell my own kids who are perfectionists that my husband will probably not like this, but he got an F in a college class. He got an F, and like.
And he's a successful
he graduated,
man. Yeah.
Graduated. He has a family. He has a great career.
Yeah.
So at the time, yes, it was like, oh, crap. But in the grand scheme of life, it didn't matter.
No. Right. Didn't make any difference. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the best part of what you do? I was reading that
so many
site director is still like your favorite role.
Yes. I'm gearing up. We start, I think it will probably be the 15th or 16th program that I've personally led.
Okay.
Wow. And every year it's just as exciting. I can't wait to meet the girls and just get to see their growth. Get a little teary-eyed, actually. Even
like you've already made me teary-eyed and that has not happened yet. So,
so I love it. And it truly makes the other stuff that I have to do throughout the year so worth it. So I will continue to do it as long as the girls think I'm cool.
Right.
Eventually I'll probably be too old and they'll be like, why is grandma teaching the lesson? But that's truly my favorite part. On a day-to-day though, the people that I work with it sounds so cliche, but they are amazing. It's all women. Just so good at what they do and so passionate about what BioGirls, the purpose that we have, the mission that we have, that I know that I don't have to do it all. And that, I mean, for a type A, Enneagram 8.
To say that, yeah.
Like the trust is fully there. And we have fun. Like we do serious work, but we also have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, they truly are friends as well. So my advice for anybody is truly to surround yourself with people who make you look like an awesome leader because they do. They lift me up in so many ways, and I get to be the face and get a lot of the credit, too much credit, because they are really the ones that make BioGirls what it is now.
And you've laid the groundwork, of course, so don't undermine yourself because you're a great leader and have also, either picked out the right people to surround yourself with or led them to you, even out of what you do.
It's been fun. hiring is not always fun. And sometimes it's very difficult. And we've had that from time to time, but most of the employees came through networking and connections. And like Carly, for example, who's our development director, I met Carly probably 2.5 years before BioGirls was able to hire her.
Oh,
but the moment I met her, I left our coffee meeting saying to myself, I'm going to hire her someday.
Yeah, when I can, I'm going to,
Yeah. And so it's been really cool that way. Like I said, God has opened so many doors for BioGirls, and especially with our employee base.
Yeah. I know Carly, I was friends with her sister in elementary school. So I was reflecting on singing karaoke because she's good. I was not.
She's
I was
singing all the time.
Yeah.
Yep. She's always coming in. You guys listen to this song. You know, like,
so fun.
Yeah. Music moves her soul, and
right.
She brings that to work. So.
Fun. So you kind of shared with us that piece of advice about surrounding yourself. Is there anything else that you would say?
I think, as women in general, we're risk adverse. And I cannot tell you how many conversations I've had over the years with people who either have an idea or want to make a career change or do something, totally different than what they're doing. And they come to me asking, like, how did you do it? And at the end of the day, you just have to do it.
Sure.
I mean, it's like any decision in life. Not everything is going to be lined up perfectly. So part of it is just having faith and trusting that good things will happen. And so it's, not just waiting, just go do.
Take action. Yeah. Wow. What a great episode. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always so inspiring sharing these stories. To listen to the full podcast, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. Remember to like and subscribe. I would love if you could leave me a 5-star review. This helps us reach and engage with more people. Join me next week, and until then, make the most of your new day.